This is a review and an introduction to the DFRobot beginner kit for Arduino Lite. So it comes in this nice case, and be sure and check that everything is there. It's all labeled in these nice little baggies so you know what everything is. And then it is going to tell you for the online tutorials to go to this site. So I went to this site, and originally this side was all white. It wasn't showing me anything. So I did a search for Lite, L-I-T-E. And here it is, the Lite tutorial. Beginner friendly kit for Arduino. So I clicked on that, and then this screen appeared. So here's showing you what's in it, all the components. And then here's the various tutorials, the blink sketch, SOS beacon, traffic light, fading light, and then sound effects, alarm and buzzer, environmental sensing. It has a tilt sensor that comes in the kit, a tilt switch sensor, and light sensor, so you could do some of these sensor projects. Gesture controlled light. Okay, so what I decided to do is start off with the RGB light dimmer, which makes use of the RGB LED, which is an LED light that you can make it be red, green, or blue, or any combination of. So what you want to do is download the zip file and then open it up. And what you're going to get is the circuit diagrams in one folder, the code, circuit diagrams, the code for the Arduino IDE, and the tutorial. So the circuit diagram is actually in the tutorial. So then what you need to do is make sure you have Arduino IDE loaded on your computer, and then plug in. Okay, I already put the shield, the prototyping shield, on top of the Arduino. Make sure you line up and put it on the correct way. You'll see the notch and the notch line up on this side. And this is a prototyping shield that just makes it easier to do some of these projects. The prototyping shield comes with this breadboard that just sits on top of there. It's not electronically connected, it just sits there. I decided to use a larger breadboard because this is pretty small and cramped, and it was difficult to see all the connections. But the shield is nice because it gives you a row for power and a row for ground, a few more ports than what you would get on the Arduino without the shield. And the shield comes with a nice reset switch right there, since you can no longer access the Arduino reset switch. Okay, so plug the included USB cord into your Arduino and into your computer. Do not plug any other power source into the Arduino because it is being powered through your computer with this 5 volts. I think if you plug in additional power, you're gonna mess up your Arduino. And then go to the Arduino IDE, and first we're gonna go to Tools, Board, Arduino boards, and make sure the Arduino Uno is selected. Then make sure the correct port is selected. So here it's not the Bluetooth incoming port, so it's going to be the USB modem 14201 port. And then we are going to be making use of, let's see, the serial monitor. So you might want to open that up. And in my code, the light dimmer code that they give you, it says serial begin 9600. So that means you need to make sure your serial monitor is set for 9600. By default, it's probably going to be set to a higher baud rate. If you set to the wrong rate, you're just going to get nonsense coming on your serial monitor or nothing. Okay, so make sure it's set at 96 to match your current code that you're using. For example, I'm going to be doing the RGB light dimmer code. So I just kind of looked in the code, found that number. First, you want to test if your Arduino is working. So you can go to let's see here, we go to File, Examples, Basics, and Blink, which I think is already loaded on this Arduino, but we're just going to do it anyway. So you open up the Blink sketch. It's the first sketch everyone always starts with when doing an Arduino. And you can always compile it, verify it to make sure it's correct, but since this is included, we know it's correct. Okay, and then we're going to upload it. So it's compiling, and then it's going to start uploading to the Arduino. And if you could see the Arduino, we would be seeing that there should be an LED light that is blinking. There it is, it's in there. So that's the blink sketch. It's showing that your Arduino is working. If you want to make sure, verify that, you could change the blink time. It's 1,000 milliseconds, which means it's 1 second. So I'm going to go down to 1 millisecond to make it a real quick blink. And then I'm going to upload it again to the Arduino. Uploading, uploading, uploading. And now we look in there. There it is. Now it's a quick blink, 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 blink. So we know our board is good and it's working. So we go back to what we downloaded from the DFRobot, and we're going to be doing the RGB light dimmer sketch. So open up that one and just double click it, and it should open up in the Arduino IDE. And here it is. And as I showed you before, the serial 9600. Okay, now we're going to compile that. We're going to verify it to make sure it's correct before bothering to upload it to the Arduino, because often if you get code from the internet, you'll find it has errors in it. So this one's done compiling, it's good. No errors are shown down there. So we're going to upload it to the Arduino. Uploading, uploading, uploading. Done uploading. So we also are going to open up the tutorial for the RGB light dimmer. And I've already done that here. The tutorial is going to show you project 5. It's going to explain it, which components you're going to need. Then it shows the circuit diagram. So you carefully follow this diagram and lay it out. The colors of the wires don't particularly matter. It's just more of a convention. You want to use red for power and black for ground. And the kit includes white. So these other ones, I did white. So make sure you follow. So this separates the board. These rows are connected, these rows are connected. That's a separation between the top and the bottom of the breadboard. So if you plug in, you see that this bottom part of the switch is plugged in here. So any of those in that row you can make use of, or any of them in this row will line up with that. So here's your resistor. So you're going to need some basic Arduino and electronics knowledge to make sure you understand what's going on and you're not making mistakes when wiring this up. But then first, follow this carefully. It says pin 11 goes to that second resistor here, and pin 10 goes to the first one, and pin 9 goes to this third one. Now, this is actually, we're going to find out, not correct, but we think it's correct so far. And then this is showing you the RGB LED, green, blue, negative, red. Now, you can tell which way it goes by the lengths of the legs. It's like 1, 2, 3 goes down and then 1 up for the red. So you know the long one is next to the red one, and supposedly you've got green, blue, negative. And the flat side, that flat part is showing where it's green. But here, the flat part's here and that's red. So we know one of these is not correct. Now this, you're going to often run into this using Arduino, these errors like this. So you're going to have to go verify this on the internet. And what I verified is that the long one is next to the red. Now there's something else we're going to come to later. Oops. Let's see, let me get back to where I am. I'll show you this for a second. Okay, so we hooked everything up. Notice there's a space between the resistors for that negative leg of the RGB LED. So wire it all up and load the code. Did we do that? We compiled it and we loaded it, I believe. Upload, I'll make sure it's uploaded. And then open up your serial monitor. So your serial monitor is saying red is set to 0, green is set to 0, blue is set to 0. So when you start turning these knobs, there we go, red LED, blue LED, green LED. You can see here, let me go back here. It's saying, here's the red dial. Look, red is up to 255. I'm turning the second dial, which is supposed to be the blue LED, but it's saying green is up all the way. Turning the next dial, we have the green LED, but it's saying the blue is up all the way. So now we know there's some other mistake, which was often run into with Arduino. So you could go and check the pins and make sure the pins are correct. Red is to 9, green is to 10, blue is to 11. So I checked these and they all seem to be correct. But so I went back to the internet and discovered that red, common, green, blue. They told us red, common, blue, green. So what that means is we just need to switch pin 11 and pin 10 because it's saying 10 is green and blue is 11, and that's not true. So you can switch them here or you can switch them down at the resistor. It's probably easier to switch them up here. And now I'm going to turn this and we'll see what happens. Red all the way, red all the way, green all the way, green all the way, blue all the way, blue all the way. So now we got it working. And then what this is showing you, these numbers, is you could combine them, your RGB, just like in Photoshop or something, it gives you those RGB values, and make your own colors. So here's a nice pinky color. So we'll just do some combination. It's probably hard to see. Everything kind of looks white on the video probably. Off, off, off. So if we turn them all on, blue, then green, then red, you'll get white light, combination of them all. Okay, so that is the review of the DFRobot beginner kit for Arduino Lite.